Morning Maine.
Hello everyone. Today on Good Morning Maine, a big rally at the State House yesterday brought people from all over the state to discuss ways to curb the opioid epidemic. Plus, a unique book club in Orono challenges readers to read books that are often banned in some other libraries. And a historic manufacturing plant in southern Maine is in the process of being demolished. Good morning, everyone. I'm Craig Colson. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. We're going to kick things off with a check of the forecast, and much like we've been saying all week long, it looks like another rainy day ahead. On and off rain. It won't be a complete washout, but it looks like we will have some rain today into tomorrow. Let's check in with Devin for a first look at your forecast.
Happy Friday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Dirt Road Acres, your #1 dispensary providing outstanding customer service and award-winning knowledge at most affordable prices. Alrighty, air quality, not too bad out there. We have one observation site in the yellow this morning, but everyone else looking in the green. There's a little bit of smoke that's going to be mixing in some parts of the atmosphere this morning, but nothing that should cause us any issues compared to what's been going on further down to the south. Air quality is improving further down to the south, too. Still a lot of code orange and some reds, but definitely a lot better than what we have been seeing recently, as some air quality alerts do remain posted in some spots further down to the south and west. But otherwise, though, we do have one advisory posted this morning until 9 a.m. A dense fog advisory right about in here, though. It's a very narrow area, though, under that dense fog advisory until 9 a.m., and that's where the fog is very thick this morning. At about a mile or less or so for visibility near the Bar Harbor area, 4-mile visibility near Bangor. So again, a little bit of a mess out there this morning, so definitely make sure to plan ahead, though, and allow extra time to get to where you're going. Otherwise, here's a shower showing up on the radar this morning as well, mainly in the northern parts of our viewing area, but areas further down to the south could be watching for a few more showers. Maybe a rumble of thunder later today, too, as this area low pressure located right about in here continues to sit and spin. We have to wait until later this weekend for this thing to finally get out of here. Your hourly forecast for the rest of the morning and afternoon period, we'll have some dry hours as well, but more showers on the way. The wind rather calm as well. Temperatures in the 60s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up.
All right. Thank you very much, Devin. Kicking things off with local news today. The Maine State Police asking for your help in locating a man wanted for several crimes in Hancock and Penobscot counties. 42-year-old David Mishu of Lee has multiple warrants for his arrest. They say they have reason to believe that Mishu has cut his hair and lost weight since this picture was taken. If you do see David Mishu, do not approach him. Anyone with information is asked to call the Maine State Police. In other news, a big rally at the State House yesterday. People came from all over the state to support an effort to create so-called harm reduction centers. It's an effort to reduce the shocking number of overdose deaths here in the state. Our Matthew Jurancic has more.
We really just want them to let us save our friends.
Recovery and harm reduction advocates took to the third floor of the State House, urging legislators to vote in favor of allowing overdose prevention centers in Maine.
Saving lives is the most important thing that the state legislature can do, and by passing LD 1364, they will help save lives.
Supporters lined the halls, holding up signs and handing out purple carnations to legislators, resembling the amount of lives lost due to overdoses.
Harm reduction health centers are the only life-saving intervention that has a 100% effective rate of keeping our friends, family, and community members alive.
In the words of Dr. Seuss, unless someone like you cares a whole awful lot, nothing is going to change.
LD 1364 has been met with opposition, especially from Governor Mills, who says, quote, the establishment of such a center would be premature and a violation of federal law, end quote. However, supporters will not go down without a fight.
And if she wants to veto this, then we're going to send a message today that she doesn't have that power. We have the power, and we're giving it to the Maine people.
Senator Luckner says he's grateful to see so much support for the bill.
It's really inspirational. This is their bill. I introduced it on their behalf, on the behalf of all my friends and people that I've known over the years who have passed away from an opioid death, overdose death, and it's really inspiring to see folks come out for it.
In Augusta, Matthew Jurancic, ABC7 and Fox 22 News.
The Senate has given its initial approval to a northern Maine transmission line. LD 924 seeks legislative approval for the construction of a high-voltage transmission line connecting northern Maine to ISO New England. The project is expected to alleviate issues around renewable energy generation in Aroostook County. Renewable energy projects there face significant economic challenges due to a lack of connection to the New England power grid. Senate President Troy Jackson sponsored that bill. He said, quote, connecting Aroostook County to the ISO New England could be a game changer for the region. Not only would it support quality, good paying jobs, but it would also grow our supply of cheap, clean, renewable energy that is desperately needed. That project will also need to get appropriate permits from regulatory agencies before construction can begin. In other news, Maine's yearly car inspection could soon cost you more. State police are actually pushing for a change in the current sticker system that would change Maine's inspection process from one based on paper to electronics.
Every time you get a car inspection, it's filed on paper. One mechanic we spoke with says that can create a lot of headaches. He's hoping that an online system would streamline the process. But there is a catch. Every time you get your car inspected, it will cost you more. There's bipartisan support for a bill that would raise the cost of your inspection from $12.50 or $18.50 for Cumberland County residents up to $20. That increase would move the inspection system online, saving mechanics like Greg Moreau from this.
That's one month's worth of paperwork that has to be photocopied. We have to keep copies, send them to the state.
Moreau's shop completes about 100 inspections a month and says an electronic system could help them, but that might not be the case for all mechanics.
Some of the small places will have problems. If they don't have internet, if they don't have the ability to buy a laptop.
Moreau says it takes about 45 minutes to inspect a car, running through a list of tests from a 231-page manual. The Cumberland County shop gets paid $18.50 for that work, a big decrease from their usual rate of $120 an hour.
We're losing money every inspection we do.
Vehicle owners we spoke with are mixed on the issue.
Well, I think it hurts the poor people that can't afford brand new cars.
If it's $8 more a year, I mean, if you break that down to a paycheck, it's really pennies.
State police support the bill. Right now, they track about 1.3 million inspection safety stickers a year, all on paper. They say a move online would create a more effective tracking system and cut down on fake inspection stickers. A vote on the bill is expected later this month.
Well, moving on now, demolition has apparently begun at the historic former B&M bean plant down in Portland. The building was sold to the Institute for Digital Engineering and Life Sciences and will be the new home of the Rue Institute at the Northeastern University. That will include academic buildings, student housing, a hotel, and retail space. The plant itself was more than 100 years old. After many complications with the city of Bangor, G-Force Entertainment says they'll be closing permanently. Devin Dagnall with that story.
I've been selling smiles for about 25 years.
Since 2006, G-Force has been selling smiles to adults and children throughout the state, but owner and CEO Brian Plovnick says it's time to close up shop.
My family's upset. I'm upset. My wife's in some ways happy that she's going to get me back 100% all the time, but it's still sad. It definitely is. It's a sad chapter for a business that's been around for a while.
Back in the early 2000s, Plovnick opened the first iteration of G-Force in Aroostook County. After a few years, G-Force moved to a more permanent location in Augusta and then moved again to Brewer before finally finding its last home in the Bangor Mall.
We had open arms here at the Bangor Mall, which is a great place to grow a business, and so we moved here.
Plovnick attributes the closure of G-Force to recent financial problems caused by zoning and licensing complications. Although this is the end of an era for Plovnick, he sees this as an opportunity to spend more time with those who matter most: family.
I'm going to focus on my son and on family. I'm going to go visit my mom in Florida. I haven't visited her in quite some time. I just can't say enough thank you to everybody. We just can't really continue. It's very difficult.
Plovnick will be closing the bar and laser tag after this Sunday, but he wants to keep the arcade open for just a few more weeks. In Bangor, Devin Dagnall, EBC7 and Fox 22 News.
Might as well have a little fun while you're working. Good story there, Devin. Well, a public library is opening a new chapter with a unique book club. David Ledford brings us that story.
challenges and bans were starting to crop up around the country, so I thought that would be an interesting topic to explore with the kids.
In Orono, a small group of kids is pushing back against book censorship with the help of Lindsay Varnum, Youth Services librarian at Orono Public Library. The Banned Book Club, open to kids in grades 8 through 12, meets once a month to read and discuss books that have been banned or challenged across the country and locally.
We do talk about things that are happening in other districts in Maine, just so that they are aware that it is happening in Maine close to home. We talk about trends that are happening nationwide.
One Orono resident and longtime patron of the library says he hopes the program will help to refocus the conversation around banned books, from being a political statement to meeting the educational needs of kids.
Unfortunately, it has become a partisan political issue. It should not be, and it often is not a moral issue. The only moral involved is the ability to accept and get along with others.
Varnum says it's important to provide kids with a variety of books, both to learn about people who are different from them and to feel represented in the stories they read.
A lot of the books that are being challenged and banned are books by authors of color, or that have main characters of color, or who are authors that are part of the LGBTQ community. And I think it's really important that those marginalized people have a voice, and I think it's important for kids who belong to those communities to see themselves in books.
Those interested in joining the club can email the library at library@orono.org. In Orono, David Ledford, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
A baby fox is receiving some special care after being found abandoned in Maine's largest city. A Portland animal control officer was called after a public works crew found this little kit yesterday afternoon. It was later turned over to a local rehabilitator. Officials say during baby season, which is mainly April through July, it is common to see normally nocturnal animals out during the daytime. Their mothers are either foraging for extra food or taking a break from their kids for just a few hours. If someone finds what they do believe to be an orphan baby, it's a good idea to call a game warden or animal control officer to ask for guidance. All right, well, the time now is 8:12. Coming up next on Good Morning Maine, Down East Community Partners are now hiring full-time staff members for a research-based program that will study energy efficiency. We'll have the details on that. But first, another check of your weather forecast. It looks like we can expect more rain and thunderstorms today. The high will be up near 63 degrees. Showers continue overnight into tomorrow. Tomorrow, yes, more showers and thunderstorms. The high on Saturday around 63.
No matter what type of dog you have, or cat you have, Frontline Plus lets you take them everywhere, no matter how you define it. Frontline, the #1 name in flea and tick protection.
Great things are always cooking at the Ground. New menu, new specials, with an amazing variety of choices for every taste. Good times, great service, and amazing food. Only at your locally owned Ground, Odland Road, Bangor.
Looking for your dream home? Contact a Next Homie today and see what's available right now. Sellers, get ready to get looped and get sold. With Next Home Experience, we have your buyers.
On the next Last Man Standing.
This is so exciting. 2020 is going to be the year of Mandy. I have a new apartment, my clothing line's expanding, and Kyle's finally got a healthy sperm count.
The baby-making games begin.
Bow, chicka, bow, bow.
With some unexpected competition.
Are you pregnant? Ah! Surprise! I can't believe you're having a baby and ruining the year of Mandy.
Last Man Standing.
This afternoon, starting at 4 on Fox 22.
Welcome back, everyone. A local nonprofit spent Thursday night thanking its donors after a successful year of campaigning. Heart of Maine United Way filled the Coal Transportation Museum with donors and campaign contributors to say thank you after raising nearly $2 million last year. The most successful campaigns and largest donors were honored with an array of awards and gifts.
It feels so incredible to be here together celebrating our community with our community. Over 3,000 people have donated to the campaign this year, and we've raised $1.6 million for the Heart of Maine.
President and CEO of Heart of Maine United Way, Shira Patterson, says the $1.6 million will be used to help improve the lives of over 120,000 Mainers. Down East Community Partners is looking to recruit new members for their Climate Corps program, a new way for them to study the benefits of winterizing homes. Our Grace Blanchard has that story.
Energy equity is an area where folks have not focused. They haven't really thought about that, you know.
Down East Community Partners is recruiting 4 full-time members to staff a new program, a research-based program that focuses on the benefits of being energy efficient. This community action agency received a grant through Volunteer Maine in September of 2022, and the program will train members how to perform weatherization services in the community.
They will take data that we've previously gathered from homes before weatherization and homes after weatherization and be able to quantify the impact.
Kata says that weatherization is the #1 defense for Mainers in fighting the rising heating costs.
The weatherization doesn't just, insulate you better. It's all about the air quality. So the air quality becomes so much better after your home has been weatherized.
Members will learn how to assess the energy envelope of a home. They will also receive multiple certifications at the end of the 6-month program, and is a great opportunity for those with an unclear future.
So it's a great chance for, say, someone who just graduated from high school and they haven't secured that summer job, or they don't know what they're going to do in the future, so they're looking for some kind of career path. The energy efficiency field is burgeoning.
The program starting in July will run to the end of the year. Anyone interested can contact their Ellsworth location or email a resume to volunteering@dcpcap.org. In Ellsworth, Grace Blanchard, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Meanwhile, credit unions across the state are banding together to raise tens of thousands of dollars for a very good cause. As part of the fight to end hunger in Maine, Maine's Credit Union League has challenged local credit unions and their members to raise $100,000 in the month of June. Participating unions are accepting donations of all sizes, no matter how small.
Maybe you skip your cup of coffee and you make a $5 donation to the Campaign for Ending Hunger. It's amazing just what $2 will benefit. $2 will help provide a family of 4 with a meal. So skip your cup of coffee and pay it forward one day and help provide a meal to a family in need.
Member of a credit union but would still like to donate? Donations are also accepted through campaignforendinghunger.org. And the time now is 8:18. Coming up after the break, all the latest on the indictment of former President Donald Trump, of which he is claiming to be a hoax. We'll have that story and more as Good Morning Maine continues.
Join Maine's credit unions and donate to the Campaign for Ending Hunger $100,000 challenge. Now through June 30th, every dollar raised will help ensure Mainers have access to nutritious meals. Donate today at campaignforendinghunger.org.
Bath remodeling was revolutionized in this garage in 1984 when 3 brothers created the iconic bath fitter tub-over-tub process. A breakthrough then, the industry standard now for beautiful baths without the mess, stress, or high cost. A better way from bath fitter means precise measurement, the highest quality acrylic, perfect preparation, and watertight installation backed by a lifetime warranty. Bath Fitter, it just fits. Visit bathfitter.com to book your free consultation.
Pepper's Landing is the definition of authentic Maine dining.
Named in honor of our grandfather, the primary focus at Pepper's Landing is offering a variety of fresh, locally harvested seafood to all. We take pride in our quality and selection, but it doesn't end with just seafood. We also offer delicious selections of burgers, pasta, steaks, and more. So stop in to any of our locations and see what Pepper's Landing is all about.
Join Maine's credit unions and donate to the Campaign for Ending Hunger $100,000 challenge. Now through June 30th, every dollar raised will help ensure Mainers have access to nutritious meals. Donate today at campaignforendinghunger.org.
This morning, new reactions from former President Donald Trump after his history-making indictment on federal criminal charges. Sources tell ABC News Trump faces seven charges linked to his handling of classified documents. He's now the first ever American president to be federally indicted. ABC's Lindsay Watts has more.
This morning, former President Trump is declaring his innocence in a new video, calling the federal indictment related to his handling of classified information a hoax.
I'm innocent, and we will prove that very, very soundly and hopefully very quickly.
A special counsel appointed by the Justice Department has been investigating whether Trump violated the law or put national security at risk by holding on to documents marked classified at his Florida residence Mar-a-Lago. Sources tell ABC News Trump faces 7 charges, including conspiracy and at least 1 charge related to the Espionage Act.
Which is ludicrous under the facts of this case. And
Trump's lawyer telling CNN he and his team had yet to see the actual indictment as of last night and had only received a summons for Trump to appear for an arraignment Tuesday in a federal courtroom in Miami. Last year, the FBI seized more than 100 documents with classified markings from Mar-a-Lago, along with 43 empty folders with classified banners, after Trump failed to comply with a subpoena to return the records. Trump has claimed everything there was declassified. The charges mark the second time Trump has been indicted since leaving office. He was also indicted in Manhattan on state charges related to hush money payments to adult film star Stormy Daniels.
We talk a lot about, well, there was the New York case also. I really do believe that case becomes secondary to this case. This one becomes much more significant.
If convicted, Trump faces years in prison in this latest case. This morning, many prominent Republicans are standing by him. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis and House Speaker Kevin McCarthy among those claiming federal law enforcement has been weaponized. But former New Jersey Governor Chris Christie, along with many Democrats, are saying no one is above the law. The White House has declined to comment. Even if Trump is convicted, there's nothing in the Constitution that would stop him from running for president. A recent poll found that over half of those surveyed said Trump should face criminal charges, but about 20% said they'd still be inclined to vote for him anyway. Lindsay Watts, ABC News, Washington.
And I'm sure we'll be hearing lots more about that today. Right now, though, we're going to shift gears and talk about the weather. It looks like a couple of more days of rain, and then we'll see a little sunshine. We'll all welcome that, I think. Let's check in with Devin for more.
Thank you very much. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Dirt Road Acres, your #1 dispensary providing outstanding customer service and award-winning knowledge at most affordable prices. Alrighty, air quality. We've been talking about that a lot recently, right? We have one observation site showing up in the yellow right about in here. Otherwise, we're looking pretty good. It's going to be some smoke in the atmosphere for us, though, as the wildfire smoke from Canada continues to kind of move around, causing air quality alerts further down to the south. Notice improvement, though. Some areas still in code orange or even code red, so still not the greatest, but definitely improving to what we saw earlier in the week, though. Some very ominous images coming out of New York. But for now, at least for us in Maine, we're looking pretty good. But we're going to be watching for a little bit of smoke that may try to sneak in here as the day progresses on. But a lot of improvement as we head towards Saturday and a Sunday as that smoke moves away. We may notice a little bit more moving in as we head towards Monday, so we'll have to keep an eye on that. But for now, though, one advisory posted, and this is a dense fog advisory here until 9 a.m. later this morning, though, right along the coast here. And again, as courtesy of some very low visibility as that fog has developed. We're down to about less than 2 miles in a few spots, so Bangor not as bad. So it's going to be a mess out there in this little spot right about in here, at least until later this morning when the sun comes up, though. And even though we won't see much sunshine, the fog will go away by around 9 a.m. or so. We are seeing a few showers out there this morning, mainly in the northern parts of the state and some areas off to the east of that. Further down to the south, not as much yet, but a few more showers and even a few rumbles of thunder can be ruled out later today with this area low pressure right about in here. As it continues to sit and spin. Again, we have to wait until about Saturday night and Sunday for this thing to finally get out of here, and we'll see some improvement in our forecast. So Futurecast moving forward showing showers and thunderstorms that will be developing during the afternoon period today, and early this evening we'll hold on to the chances for showers overnight tonight, and more showers and thunderstorms on the way for the daytime tomorrow as well. But notice tomorrow night things finally start to move. We'll get everything out of here, maybe a few leftover showers late Saturday night, but once we get towards early Sunday morning, though, things will start to improve. Additional rainfall looks like this, maybe another half inch or less of rain before we're all finished up, so definitely some beneficial rain in some areas, and we've definitely needed the rain as well, as the new drought monitor shows some drought in the northern parts of the state, so that's not very good news there. This is considered moderate drought here. Further down to the south, this is considered abnormally dry. Well, areas to the south, they're not showing any drought for the time being. Well, we've had a lot more areas covered in drought recently, though, either abnormally dry or moderate drought being reported, so definitely could use some rain across a good part of the country. Otherwise, our average high temperature is 73 degrees, lower 60s today and tomorrow. A brief warm-up Sunday into Monday in the upper 70s, back in the 60s and 70s Tuesday, Wednesday, and also in your Thursday. So your forecast for today looks like this: showers and thunderstorms, highs in the lower 60s, that northeast wind getting up to about 5 miles per hour. For tonight, upper 40s, scattered showers, some areas of dense fog, with the wind overall looking nice and calm. For tomorrow, lower 60s, scattered showers and thunderstorms again, that north wind at about 5 miles per hour. All right, your Dirt Road Acres extended forecast. We're partly cloudy on Sunday with highs in the upper 70s, upper 70s again for your Monday with a mostly cloudy sky, and more showers and storms possible on Tuesday, highs in the upper 60s.
Looking to buy or sell a home? The More True team of Better Homes and Gardens works throughout the state of Maine with both buyers and sellers with a focus on the greater Bangor area. Give the ladies of the More True team a call today or visit their Facebook page.
Detail 207, an average guy with the knowledge and skills to fully detail your vehicle. From cars and trucks to big rigs and motorcycles, we detail it all. If it has wheels and it isn't as clean as you'd like it to be, give me a call and we'll set up an appointment today. 659-2995.
Shine on a dime with your average guys at Detail 207.
Your roof is your first line of defense against the elements. Ensure it's always at peak performance with Peak Performance Roofing. With more than 20 years of experience in the roofing industry, our professionals provide quality craftsmanship and expertise that you can rely on. We are fully insured and stand behind our work. You can trust us to get the job done right the first time. Don't wait until it's too late. Contact Peak Performance Roofing today to schedule your free estimate. 416-8301. Peak Performance Roofing. Your roof is our priority.
Sunday, the NASCAR Cup Series is on Fox. A roller coaster of chaos awaits in Sonoma, where Daniel Suarez is primed to repeat. But Elliott, Larson, and Truex look to prove they are still kings of the road course.
Way to go, baby. Way to go. Yeah, baby. Woo!
The Toyota Save Mark 350 from Sonoma, Sunday at 3 Eastern on Fox.
Looking to buy or sell a home? The More True team of Better Homes and Gardens works throughout the state of Maine with both buyers and sellers with a focus on the greater Bangor area. Give the ladies of the More True team a call today or visit their Facebook page.
Welcome back, everyone. Smoke still covering a large swath of the country, and it has many people wondering what they're actually breathing in. Fox News correspondent Marianne Rafferty takes a closer look at what particles are in the smoke from Canada's wildfires, plus the potential health risks attached.
Millions remain under air quality alerts as smoke from the hundreds of raging wildfires in Canada continues smothering communities across the Northeast, Midwest, and portions of the South.
I notice like my eyes are burning a little bit.
But while some campfire enthusiasts might think breathing in a little smoke isn't a big deal, this haze is much more hazardous than meets the eye.
Primary pollutant from wildfires is what we call PM 2.5, or particulate matter that is a size of 2.5 microns or smaller in diameter.
For comparison, an average strand of hair is roughly 30 times larger than these particles.
It's small enough that we can inhale it deep into our lungs, and in the short term, that can cause aggravation in the lungs or in the eyes or in the nose. And then in the long term, it can have impacts on our health in terms of our respiratory health and even in terms of our cardiovascular health.
Once inhaled, the particles can migrate into the bloodstream.
When they're in blood vessels, they can really do a lot of havoc in the brain, as well as in the heart in particular, the kidneys too.
And it's not just wood from burning forests entering the body.
There are carbon-based compounds and metals. You have to keep in mind that what's along for the ride gets burnt too.
Young children, the elderly, and people with asthma are more susceptible to health problems from the smoke. Doctors advise wearing a face mask outside until conditions are expected to clear over the weekend. You can visit airnow.gov to stay updated on the current air quality levels where you live. Marianne Rafferty, Fox News.
More than 400 active wildfires are burning up north in Canada, destroying hundreds of properties, displacing some 20,000 people from their homes so far, with many now staying in temporary shelters. Evacuation orders are in effect in northern Quebec, and beds are being rolled out into a major sporting arena there for hundreds of people in need of shelter. Canada is on track for its worst ever wildfire season, as more than 9.8 million acres have burned, roughly 15 times the annual average of the past decade. The U.S. has sent more than 600 firefighters and equipment to Canada. Other countries like South Africa, Australia, and New Zealand are also helping out. Warm and dry conditions are expected to persist in the months ahead. Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau spoke to President Biden yesterday by phone, thanking Biden for his support, and the two leaders vowing to work on climate change together. Smoke from the Canadian wildfires is affecting more than 75 million people in more than a dozen states, from the Midwest to the Northeast, all the way to the Southeast as well. Quite a mess. Well, the man suspected in the disappearance of Natalie Holloway arrives in the U.S. on Thursday after losing his extradition appeal. 35-year-old Jordan Vandersloot arriving in Birmingham, Alabama yesterday from Peru on federal charges of wire fraud and extortion. His initial court appearance and arraignment is set for 11 a.m. today. Vandersloot is the main suspect in the 2005 disappearance of Holloway in Aruba. He has been serving a 28-year prison sentence in Peru for the murder of another woman, Stephanie Flores, back in 2010. Well, we turn now to a major decision from the Supreme Court on voting rights that could have a major impact on who controls Congress after the next election. ABC's Andrea Fujii has the details.
In a surprise ruling, Chief Justice John Roberts and conservative Brett Kavanaugh joined the court's liberal justices in striking down Alabama's congressional map, which critics say diluted the power of black voters. In a 5-4 decision, the court upheld a lower court ruling that found a redistricting map drawn by the Republican-led Alabama legislature violated the Voting Rights Act because it drew only one district out of 7 that had a majority of black voters, even though more than 1 in 4 Alabama residents are black. It's a decision experts say will have immediate consequences.
The Cook Political Report, which handicaps elections, changed its ratings for 5 House races, moving each one towards the Democrats.
In his opinion for the court, Chief Justice Roberts wrote the Voting Rights Act does not permit a state to provide some voters less opportunity to participate in the political process, adding that the record contained undeniable evidence of Alabama's extensive history of repugnant racial and voting-related discrimination. In his dissent, Justice Clarence Thomas said Roberts and the liberals have endorsed hijacking the districting process to pursue a goal that has no legitimate claim under our constitutional system, the proportional allocation of political power on the basis of race.
And that was Andrea Fujii reporting. Still to come here on the second half of our show, it's been a contentious topic lately. The changing of the Maine flag is evoking a lot of feelings for some. We'll check out some of the flag's history as Good Morning Maine continues.
Ah, the McDonald's breakfast bagel sandwich. A fluffy egg, 2 slices of cheese, plus your choice of a steak patty, bacon, or sausage, all in a toasted bagel. Enjoy yours today.
Here at Twin City Tire and Service, you will be working with industry professionals. We have ASE certified master technicians and certified tire and lube technicians. If we need your vehicle for a duration of time, we offer a complimentary shuttle service and can even offer a loaner vehicle. Being a client at Twin City Tire and Service means that we will treat you right. This includes a 3-year, 36,000-mile warranty on mechanical repairs. We also provide you with 1 year of complimentary roadside assistance. Come see us today at Twin City Tire and Service in Brewer.
Ah, the McDonald's breakfast bagel sandwich. A fluffy egg, 2 slices of cheese, plus your choice of a steak patty, bacon, or sausage, all in a toasted bagel. Enjoy yours today.
You're watching Fox 22, Bangor.
Welcome back, everyone, to Good Morning Maine. Today is Friday, June 9th, 2023. Today is also National Strawberry Rhubarb Pie Day, which is perfect seeing as rhubarb is finally in season here in Maine. Keep your eyes peeled at restaurants for their specials board that may be graced with the presence of this delicious dessert. My grandmother made the best strawberry rhubarb pie around. Well, on this day in history, back in 1934, television viewers saw the first appearance of Donald Duck in a cartoon called The Wise Little Hen. In 1970, Bob Dylan was given an honorary doctorate of music at Princeton University. In 1973, American racehorse Secretariat won the Belmont Stakes by an unprecedented 31 lengths to capture the Triple Crown. In 2013, Edward Snowden publicly made his identity known as the leaker of the NSA documents. All right, now we're going to move ahead to birthdays. We have Israeli-born American actress Natalie Portman, who is 42 years old today. Actor and musician Johnny Depp is 60 years old, and activist and retired actor Michael J. Fox is 62 years old. Can't imagine Michael J. Fox, 62 years old. Can't imagine myself being the age I am either, though. Kind of weird. All right, looks like another couple more days of rain.
Happy Friday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Dirt Road Acres, your #1 dispensary providing outstanding customer service and award-winning knowledge at most affordable prices. Alrighty, air quality, not too bad out there. We have one observation site in the yellow this morning, but everyone else looking in the green. There's a little bit of smoke that's going to be mixing in some parts of the atmosphere this morning, but nothing that should cause us any issues compared to what's been going on further down to the south. Air quality is improving further down to the south, too. Still on a code orange and some reds, but definitely a lot better than what we have been seeing recently, as some air quality alerts do remain posted in some spots further down to the south and west. But otherwise, though, we do have one advisory posted this morning until 9 a.m. A dense fog advisory right about in here, though. It's a very narrow area, though, under that dense fog advisory until 9 a.m., and that's where the fog is very thick this morning. At about a mile or less or so for visibility near the Bar Harbor area, 4-mile visibility near Bangor. So again, a little bit of a mess out there this morning, so definitely make sure to plan ahead, though, and allow extra time to get to where you're going. Otherwise, here's a shower showing up on the radar this morning as well, mainly in the northern parts of our viewing area, but areas further down to the south could be watching for a few more showers. Maybe a rumble of thunder later today, too, as this area low pressure located right about in here continues to sit and spin. We have to wait until later this weekend for this thing to finally get out of here. Your hourly forecast for the rest of the morning and afternoon period will have some dry hours as well, but more showers on the way. The wind rather calm as well. Temperatures in the 60s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up.
All right, thank you, Devin. We'll see you a little bit later. The Maine state flag might be changing back to its original 1901 form. Here's Doug Banks with more on that.
Our current state flag might be changing, or restored depending on how you look at it. With the House of Representatives Tuesday night voting to advance a bill that seeks to have our first state flag from 1901 to 1909 become the flag of Maine's future. The bill passed, but split the House, with all except 5 Democrats voting for changing the current flag.
I see that flag more on houses than the current state flag. I see it on, other shirts and mugs and stickers. I mean, you can go right outside the State House right now and see it on a number of vehicles outside. It just seems like the public has really embraced this as a symbol of pride of our state.
Representative Sean Paulus is the one who was behind the bill to change the state flag. On the other side of the aisle, Representative Billy Bob Falkingham hopes the state flag remain as it is.
I like the blue background. I think it goes back to Civil War significance to have that blue flag.
And I like it, and I think most of the Maine people do, and I don't think the people of Maine want us down here changing our flag. I think they think that we've got more important things to get to than changing the state flag.
It is true. The blue in Maine's flag represents the Maine soldiers who fought for the Union. But the flag we have today isn't identical to what it was for the Union soldiers.
Once our supplies were damaged beyond repair, the federal government then began to issue flags. And all the federal government flags for troops were blue. And they generally had either the state coat of arms or the federal coat of arms or some combination of both on them. So, for example, the 20th Maine had as their flag a blue flag with the U.S. Eagle and coat of arms on it. But other troops like the 5th Maine had a blue flag with the state coat of arms on it.
The bill in question is not to change the flag to one specific design, but to change the flag back to what it was in 1901, a green pine tree, blue North Star, and a buff background, with the Secretary of State having the final approval.
Because people have certain gut reactions to them, not always positive, but they have those reactions. And you say, wait a minute, that's just a piece of colored cloth. How can that evoke these emotions and these reactions in these people? And it's like you started saying, why is this so political? That's a reaction in some ways, and that's worth studying.
For ABC 7 Fox 22, I'm Doug Banks.
Back, all the day sports news. Don't go away.
Who likes to drink good coffee? At Carabassa Coffee Company, we roast premium quality coffee beans from all over the world. Roasted to perfection in small batches, our coffee is always fresh. We offer a large selection, including our specialty blends, organics, single origins, decaf, and flavor. Whether you like light, medium, or dark roasts, we have coffee to suit every taste. We offer flat rate shipping for online orders, and we ship fast. Carabassa Coffee Company. Drink good coffee.
An Odyssey is a long journey full of adventures. And at Odyssey Auto Spa, we understand every vehicle's journey is different.
Hi, I'm Jacob Gage, and as the owner of Odyssey, I take pride in offering a full range of detailing services to keep your ride looking its best. From basic detailing to ceramic coatings, window tint to wraps, we've got you covered. Come see us at our Ellsworth location and let us help you keep your ride looking its best.
Who has the best kept secret in Penobscot County?
We do!
Welcome to Maple Lane Farms, a fifth-generation family farm that's committed to providing you with the best quality products. Our farm-raised local and sustainable meat is flash frozen to lock in the freshness and natural flavors. Experience the top-notch quality of our meat that's naturally raised without any antibiotics or hormones. Get the best of both worlds, quality and affordability. Try Maple Lane Farms today, the candy store for the carnivore.
What's old is new again in the town of Millbridge.
It's just sort of the heartbeat of the town, and everybody went to the movies.
We'll take a look at the movie magic unfolding at the new Millbridge Theater and Community Arts Center, Tuesday on Fox 22, News at 10.
Where in America do the best cooks come from?
4 regions, 20 contestants.
Sharpen your knives.
MasterChef United Tastes of America, Wednesdays on Fox.
I'm looking for a partner that I can invest $250,000 in. I'm looking for my next food star.
Gordon Ramsay's Food Stars, Wednesdays on Fox.
Welcome back in, everyone. Thank you for staying with us. We're going to start out on the track. Over at Cameron Stadium, the Bangor Rams are ecstatic to be hosting the New England Track and Field Championships this Saturday as they get to show off to the region both the program and the facility that they've built. Last race you're ever going to run in high school
is going to be on this track.
It's an honor to host something like this. This is a once-in-a-career event.
On Saturday, the New England Outdoor Track and Field Championships are coming to Bangor, right at the newly renovated Cameron Stadium.
It's kind of like full circle. It really is. And we went from a facility where the track was falling apart to having what we have now. So we're really blessed.
It's really exciting. I never expected New England to be in Bangor. It's not something that I looked at, especially with starting with the track that I started with my freshman year here and then getting a new track. That was definitely a big surprise, but it's amazing.
Thus, giving the Rams seniors one last run on their home track, and also making graduation a little less stressful for everyone.
I'm just really excited for our kids, especially our senior class with graduation the next day. It just makes it really easy for them. Now they can go, they can compete. It gives kids a chance to run at Bangor one more time.
We just thought that this would be a really good way to end our season, is to have our last meet be at home. So that was really special.
The Rams have several qualifiers for the event after a strong outing at the state meet just a week ago, where their girls took their third straight state title.
It gets a little better every time just because the team that we've built up is so strong and there's so much depth in it, and it's just so fun to see all of our hard work that we've put in training to really show up.
And especially this one is bittersweet because it's the last time winning with my family, and they're all just such a good group of people to run and compete with and just to be a part of.
Last year was special because we were in Bangor. The year before that was special because it was after COVID, and we didn't have a state championship the year before, and we lost that indoor season. So they're all special, and just really blessed to be a part of it.
All right, moving on now, let's stay with some high school sports here. Regional tournament rolling along for both baseball and softball. Let's go to the Class D North quarters in baseball. The defending regional champs in Machias looking to get back to the title game over Bangor Christian. Bottom three runners on second and third. Robbie Giles rips a grounder. They're going to go for the play at the plate, but Jalen Reed beats the throw. That gets away, and Conrad Straubel is going to wheel around on the miscue. He slides in safely. That's a 7-1 ball game. Same inning here. Runners on for Micah Robert. He's going to rope this ball into left field. That's going to get down. That's going to bring in a run to score, and then Robert is going to get to second with a double. Bulldogs would turn in some nice defense to get out of the inning, though. A good play here by Mickey Fitzsimmons' way to field your position, but they just couldn't get the bats going against Jay Libby. He was too good. Strikes out Denver Ferguson looking here, and then he's going to get Blake Bridges swinging to end the frame. The Patriots win 9-1. They're headed to the Northern Maine semifinals. Rolling along here to some Class B softball. Old Town and Ellsworth going at it at Keswick Field. Top three, Ellsworth down 2-1. Hannah Wagstaff loops this one down the left field line. Sophie Lynch is going to come all the way around to score. That is going to tie the game up. To the top of the fourth we go now. Ellsworth has first and third. Nice pump fake here by the catcher, Gabrielle Cody. She sells it, fools the runner at third, and that is going to turn into an out at home. Nice play for the Coyotes. To the top of the fifth inning we go here. Aaliyah Manning up for Ellsworth. She's going to rip one into right field. Lynch is going to come all the way around to score. That gives the Eagles a 3-2 lead. But finally, bottom five is where Old Town would cash in. Wheeler hits one up the middle. Haley Soroy scores. Taylor Madden is going to head for home. She gets thrown out at the plate, but the Coyotes tack on another late. They win it 5-4. Now for some baseball here. Class C North quarterfinals. Number 3 Bucksport against number 6 Orono. Bottom three, Bucksport leading with a man on second. Ellis Spalding over to first for the second out of the frame. And then it's Andrew Barrett fielding his position nicely, making the dash back to the bag to escape the inning. To the bottom of the sixth now, Bucksport's Brendan Eldon hits one into left field. In comes Bo Provencher sliding into home to extend that lead. Same inning, Trent Goss, another one to left. This one will bring home Jason Terrell, but the story of the day in Bucksport was the pitcher, Gavin Holyoke. He had a complete game and just one hit, and here are 3 of his 10 Ks to end the game. Bucksport got to the semis. They win 7-0. And Class B North baseball quarterfinals, last but not least, number 3 Ellsworth facing number 6 John Bapst. Bottom of the second, no score. Hard ball into left field by Brady Kenny. On comes Bapst' Aiden Willett, and he sprawls out for the web gem there. Nice play by the left fielder. Bottom three, Ellsworth leads. Peter Kablinski at bat on a full count. Great eye by the shortstop. He's going to force the walk. That brings home Jackson Barry. Same inning, Dawson Curtis up. He's going to rip one over to Aiden Dunn. Over to John Pangburn at second. They try to turn 2, but that throw skips away. That's going to bring home Kenny. And then Wyatt Bragdon would sky one into center here. That one is going to drop. Dawson Curtis is going to come around to score on the play. Eagles roll in this one. They win it 9-3. And that is going to be all the time that we have for sports. Be right back after the break.
These days you can buy a new mattress anywhere. However, getting the right mattress at the right price will keep you up at night. When you're ready for a new mattress, come to Dorsey's. We've delivered more mattresses to this area than any other retailer. With over 48 years of experience, the largest in-stock selection, plus our 30-night sleep guarantee, we've got the right mattress for you at a great price. Dorsey Furniture, Route 1A, Holden. Sleep well, my friends.
When you're ready to tackle your next building project, no matter how big or small, depend on Hammond Lumber Company for the products and services you need. The knowledgeable staff at Hammond Lumber will be with you every step of the way and keep your project on schedule. From free estimating and project planning to design and drafting services, an extensive product inventory with a wide variety of brands to choose from, and of course, Hammond delivers from any of the locations across Maine and New Hampshire. Hammond Lumber Company, your building project partner.
Protect your dog from fleas and ticks with NexGard Chews, the protection that's #1 with dogs. Use with caution in dogs with a history of seizures or neurologic disorders. For a limited time, get up to a 2-month rebate when you buy 12 doses of both NexGard Chews and HeartGuard Plus Chews from your vet. Terms apply.
ABC 7, Fox 22, Jackson's Automotive, and Changing Seasons Federal Credit Union want to send you to see the Dave Matthews Band live in concert Friday, June 16th at the Main Savings Amphitheater in Bangor. Sign up to win tickets by registering at Jackson's Automotive in Old Town. We have the best technicians and always offer a fair price. And Changing Seasons Federal Credit Union in Hamden. We are here for what tomorrow brings. Win tickets to see the Dave Matthews Band June 16th on the Bangor waterfront.
Every Monday, the Mars experiment intensifies.
12 celebrities embarking on daring missions.
Stars on Mars, Mondays at 8, 7 Central.
On Fox.
A federal agency is warning about new text scams involving someone stealing the voice patterns of someone you know. The Federal Trade Commission is warning that artificial intelligence is being increasingly used to clone people's voices for committing crimes. The voice altercations trick victims to think a relative urgently needs money. One identity protection company says scammers only need as little as 20 seconds of someone talking pulled from social media to make a voice clone. If you do suspect a voice scam, call the relative back on their direct phone or check their status through other relatives. Well, time is running out for more than 1 million Americans who have yet to claim their tax refunds. The Internal Revenue Service says there's a total of $1.5 billion in refund cash still waiting to be claimed. The unclaimed funds are for Americans who didn't file in 2020 for the 2019 tax year. The average tax return in 2020, by the way, was $893. But some non-filers could get far more because of the Earned Income Tax Credit. Taxpayers owed must file and get postmarked by July 17th to claim their money. Time is running out. All right, let's check in with Devin one last time to see what the weather forecast holds for us.
Thank you very much. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Dirt Road Acres, your #1 dispensary providing outstanding customer service and award-winning knowledge at most affordable prices. Alrighty, air quality. We've been talking about that a lot recently, right? We have one observation site showing up in the yellow right about in here. Otherwise, we're looking pretty good. It's going to be some smoke in the atmosphere for us, though, as the wildfire smoke from Canada continues to kind of move around, causing air quality alerts further down to the south. Notice improvement, though. Some areas still in code orange or even code red, so still not the greatest, but definitely improving to what we saw earlier in the week, though. Some very ominous images coming out of New York. But for now, at least for us in Maine, we're looking pretty good. But we're going to be watching for a little bit of smoke that may try to sneak in here as the day progresses on. But a lot of improvement as we head towards Saturday and Sunday as that smoke moves away. We may notice a little bit more moving in as we head towards Monday, so we'll have to keep an eye on that. But for now, though, one advisory posted, and this is a dense fog advisory here until 9 a.m. later this morning, though, right along the coast here. And again, as courtesy of some very low visibility as that fog has developed. We're down to about less than 2 miles in a few spots, so Bangor not as bad. So it's going to be a mess out there in this little spot right about in here, at least until later this morning when the sun comes up, though. And even though we won't see much sunshine, the fog will go away by around 9 a.m. or so. We are seeing a few showers out there this morning, mainly in the northern parts of the state and some areas off to the east of that. Further down to the south, not as much yet, but a few more showers and even a few rumbles of thunder can be ruled out later today with this area low pressure right about in here as it it continues to sit and spin. Again, we have to wait until about Saturday night and Sunday for this thing to finally get out of here, and we'll see some improvement in our forecast. So Futurecast moving forward, showing showers and thunderstorms that will be developing during the afternoon periods today. And early this evening, we'll hold on to the chances for showers overnight tonight, and more showers and thunderstorms on the way for the daytime tomorrow as well. But notice tomorrow night things finally start to move. We'll get everything out of here. Maybe a few leftover showers late Saturday night. But once we get towards early Sunday morning, though, things will start to improve. Additional rainfall looks like this. Maybe another half inch or less of rain before we're all finished up. So definitely some beneficial rain in some areas. And we've definitely needed the rain as well, as the new drought monitor shows some drought in the northern parts of the state. So that's not very good news there. This is considered moderate drought here. Further down to the south, this is considered abnormally dry. Well, areas to the south, they're not showing any drought for the time being. Well, we've had a lot more areas covered in drought recently, though, either abnormally dry or moderate drought being reported. So definitely could use some rain across a good part of the country. Otherwise, our average high temperature is 73 degrees, lower 60s today and tomorrow. A brief warm-up Sunday into Monday in the upper 70s, back in the 60s and 70s Tuesday, Wednesday, and also in your Thursday. So your forecast for today looks like this: showers and thunderstorms, highs in the lower 60s, that northeast wind getting up to about 5 miles per hour. For tonight, upper 40s, scattered showers, some areas of dense fog, with the wind overall looking nice and calm. For tomorrow, lower 60s, scattered showers and thunderstorms again, north wind at about 5 miles per hour. Alrighty, your Dirt Road Acres extended forecast. We're partly cloudy on Sunday with highs in the upper 70s. Upper 70s again for your Monday with a mostly cloudy sky, and more showers and storms possible on Tuesday, highs in the upper 60s.
Sure, the driveway looks good now with the snow on it, but you know what will still be under there in the spring? The same cracks, crumbles, and potholes that were there before winter. Call Eaton Paving today. Let's make an appointment to fix those problems when the weather is ready. Eaton Paving and Excavation.
Roto-Rooter has served the greater Bangor area and beyond for 35 years, offering plumbing, hydrojetting, snaking, descaling, video inspection, and grease interceptor cleaning services. For all your residential and commercial clogs, call Roto-Rooter today, 990-1234.
And away go troubles down the drain. Roto-Rooter.
Hi, this is Jason.
And this is Jessica from Tossie's Checkout,
a family-owned business located in Glenburn.
Inviting you to come experience that welcoming hometown feeling when you're visiting our neck of the woods.
You can always expect tasty treats,
pizza,
spirits,
familiar faces,
and quality gasoline.
With summer approaching and Pushaw Lake nearby,
we look forward to seeing your smiling faces.
Come check us out. No matter what type of dog you have, or cat you have, Frontline Plus lets you take them everywhere, no matter how you define it. Frontline, the #1 name in flea and tick protection.
25 words or less.
First name Urkel.
Oh, Steve. It's all fun and games.
Beauty Mark.
Mole.
Yes! That's the money, y'all!
5 days a week.
On Fox 22. Sure, the driveway looks good now with the snow on it, but you know what will still be under there in the spring? The same cracks, crumbles, and potholes that were there before winter. Call Eaton Paving today. Let's make an appointment to fix those problems when the weather is ready. Eaton Paving and Excavation.
Coffee production in some parts of the world could be disrupted by a weather phenomenon, and that could mean a surge in prices. The climate pattern called El Nino, which brings warmer than normal ocean temperatures and fuels hotter weather around the world, has arrived. El Nino could threaten the Southeast Asia region with a drought affecting some major coffee producers like Vietnam and Indonesia. That could mean tight supplies and higher prices for Robusta beans. Robusta beans are largely used to make espresso and instant coffee. The beans have more caffeine and are more bitter and acidic than Arabica coffee. Is that how you say it? Something? All right, moving on now. Century-old time capsule was found hidden inside a fire department. Firefighters with the Marion, Ohio department uncovered the time capsule inside a retired Marion fire station. Captain Redman and a group of 6 firefighters were at the old station to excavate the cornerstone before the station is set to be demolished. During the excavation, a copper box fell out. The group took the box back to their station and opened it and found lots of old artifacts, including a 1905